What's up guys, 23 and Legit here. Hitting 100 subs is giving me the confidence to actually make gaming content outside of tutorials. So today we are going to be attempting a water type Loomian Legacy Nuzlocke. Now the water type is a weird type because before the Route 8 update, there were only two fully evolved water type Loomians, Luminami and Vetusian. So for most of the run we're going to be using those two. Also the Hydrini line will be available, and I'll go into more detail later in the video. So let's get into the rules. The first rule is, if a Loomian faints, it is considered dead, and it must be permanently boxed for the rest of the run. The second rule is, I can only catch the first water-type Loomian per route. And the third rule is, I must nickname all my Loomians, so when they die, it will make it a lot harder to cope with it. Okay guys, so now that we went over the rules, let's start the Nuzlocke. Anyway, I started off the game by naming myself Julia, cause that's the female version of my name. So yeah, also I created a female account because I never really was a girl in Roblox and I thought it would be weird. And also Flash created, Jude Manflame created a girl account, so I decided to do it as well. So as you can see here, I'm like debating what to call me, and then I choose the name Julia. So yeah, now we're ready to go out. So anyway, I make my way over to the Mythos dig site, I can't say that, and I find my dad and his assistant. So there's a storm and they're just chilling in here, and then all the the rocks with the writing start moving, and then they just teleport. It's really weird, and they like break apart, and then they just fly away because that makes sense. And yeah, I've already done this, so as you can see, I'm like speeding through the dialogue because I've beaten the game like twice already. So yeah. So anyway, I make my way to the Loomian laboratory still in Midtown, and it's so like there's a ton of random dialogue about what happened, and my dad wants me to go out and like look for the rocks that went missing with the like writing on it. It's so weird, and then it translates to this weird thing that makes zero sense. But yeah. So, I'm about to make my biggest choice of the run. Well, my first choice of the run. My starter. Since I'm doing a mono water type run, it's obviously going to be Dripple. And yeah. So, this is just stupid. I don't know why there's so much dialogue. No offense to the Loomian Legacy developers, I don't really think anyone cares about the story. They just want a fake Mon game. So, yeah. So, yeah. Anyway guys, it's now starter time, and yeah, this is gonna be pretty straightforward. I obviously choose Triple, because Triple's the water type starter. So, as you can see here, I'm about to pick it, and yeah. So, I named my Dripple Squirtle. Kind of like Squirtle from Pokemon, but like I remember watching Starter Squad, I believe, and I remember Charmander calling Squirtle Squirtle. So I don't know. So now it's time for the battle with my mom. So she sends out her Kabunga, and I obviously send out Squirtle. Now Kabunga has the type advantage, but I don't think it knows any grass type moves. And I already know how to do Loomian battles, since I obviously played this game all the time on my main. So this is just a boring battle. Watching me spam strikes and spray is horrible. So if this thing just keeps spamming brace, and I just keep spamming strike, and eventually we kill it, but it was really close. So anyway, after that battle that took way too long, we are now finally starting off on the adventure. Of course, I get a call from my mom. And yeah, so again, this game is way too much dialogue. But I really don't blame the devs, they're doing their best. And yeah. So, I join up with Flash around here, or Jude Manflame, whatever you want to call him, after this wild encounter. And so there's a rebattle trainer here, and I grind him a lot because he obviously gives like a decent amount of XP. So yeah, let's just stop talking and let's just go in to the next part. So now we're in Gale Forest, where I meet this guy that my parents probably won't want me talking to. This guy is saying that the Forest Guardian has corrupted the forest or something. It's really weird, but I already know who it is. It's obviously Duskit, since I've, again, played this game in its entirety before. And yeah, so this wasn't really hard to do. I'll just cut to the Duskit battle. Okay, so here we are, battling Duskit. And this is probably the creepiest scene in all of Loomian Legacy because it's sort of like a jump scare. A corrupt Duskit appeared. So this thing's level 8. I just have to really set up like 1 or 2 mind's eyes. And yeah. So this thing isn't really that hard to take down. I had a close call, but I just used small meds to heal me back up, so yeah, it's really not that bad, but it's gonna get worse since I only have 1 Loomian. So yeah. So anyway, after beating the menace to society that is Duskit, we are supposed to mandatorily visit this school where Mabel and her 2 friends, I guess you could call them, because they don't really seem like it, her 2 friends get kicked out of the school, and she calls me weak even though she doesn't even have any Loomians. Loser. But then I have to mandatorily go in this school. This guy talks trash about those 3 kids, and now I have to learn about like Loomian battles and stuff. It's really stupid. And I already know all about Loomian battles since I do competitive on my main, so let's just skip this part. Anyway, after going through the trainer school and smacking all the trainers in Route 2 and Route 3, I'm finally in Sylvan City, and I'm ready to beat the first battle star, Naya. Anyway, after easily beating all the gym trainers, it's time for the battle star, Naya. And dear God, she looks weird. No offense, even though you aren't a real person. Anyway, so she sends out her Geklo first, which I have Squirtle, which I have the type advantage against, but it also has a type advantage, which I'm stupid and I didn't realize. So I use Mind's Eye, which boosts special attack. And I'm already doing bad. I only have one small med left. So my hopes of winning are down. So anyway, it goes for a static shock, which leaves me with 6 health. And it paralyzes me. So I use the weak 40 base power spray. And I kill it. So next, Naya sends in her other Geklo. And I obviously can't switch Loomian since I only have one. Now, this might go bad because I'm paralyzed on 6 health and I have to use a turn to heal. It uses Shine, which is like normal effectiveness. And I go for spray, but she uses a dodge. This isn't looking good. I attempt to go for another spray, but the stupid light gecko goes for another dodge. And I of course miss my spray, and now I'm running out of EC. It dodges again. How is this allowed? And I get fully paralyzed. I go for another spray, obviously, and it goes for a shine, gets a crit, and kills Squirtle. That's attempt 1 for you. Anyway, it's attempt 2 time, and last time, just like last time, I breezed through all the gym trainers, or theater trainers. And yeah, so Squirtle's on level 16 now, because I just decided to grind him up more. I just decided to grind my new Squirtle up more, because, yeah. And it uses Static Shock, which gets me to about half, but Spray gets it down to about a fourth. I go for another Spray, kill the Geklo, but not before it could drop my defense, which will be a problem later. She sends out her second Geklo, which is the one I lost on. So I decide to play it smart and go for a small med. Now the small med brings me back up to max health, and it uses dodge, which doesn't really do anything. So I decide to go for a Mind's Eye, expecting for another dodge, but it uses Shine and takes away 10 HP. I go for Spray, but it outspeeds and goes for another Shine. And I go for Spray, and it kills it in one hit. Obviously, I have the ranged attack boost, and now I'm on level 17. She's about to send in her Clep type, which is obviously a dark type. So I realize that I might have a problem since my defense is already lowered, and it goes for a quick pounce, and it takes away all my health until I have 18, and I'm in a bit of a problem here because I'm on 18 health, and I don't have enough EC to use anything except for Mind's Eye. So it raises its melee and accuracy, and I have to wait out this turn because I can't do anything. And it uses Pilfer, which is pretty powerful and leaves me with only 13 HP. So being smart, I decide to go for another small med, hoping that it won't go for an attacking move. And luckily, it goes for Sharpen. but it's dangerous. But it doesn't have enough EC to use an attacking move, so now it has to rest, and I get to kill it with a spray. So yeah, that's the first battle star down, and we're only on attempt 2. I thought this would be bad, but it wasn't as hard as I thought, and now I have the medal. So yeah. After beating the first battle star, Naya, she wants us to go into this cave, and when we're there, we see Jake from Rick Bronze. Yeah. His team is pretty weird. He has an Embed and a Geklo. For some reason, he doesn't have any of his actual Pokemon from Brick Bronze. But whatever, guys. This battle is pretty straightforward. So yeah, I'm just going to leave you with it. We have the type advantage against both of his Looms. So yeah. Anyway, after smacking Jake in the face and talking with Naya about energy crystals, we have to battle with Lucy, and yeah. So, her Loomians aren't really that good, so we take them out pretty easily, and yeah, I'll just leave you with the battle again. Also, after this battle, Squirtle evolves. Yay! The only thing of note here is that it gets a pretty cool move called Submerge, which is a 75 base power, 100% accurate water move. It's basically like Dive, but yeah. So, yeah. Now we have to smack Lucy's stupid brother Lucas in the face. But he's obviously a big threat because he has a Kabunga. Now we are able to take out the Kabunga, but I kind of freak out here because it's a Kabunga. It knows grass moves. And I have a super close call here, but we pull through somehow. And yeah, this thing is super annoying. Okay guys, now that we're on Route 5, we get our next encounter, a gum pod. Now this thing was pretty hard to find. It took me a while, but luckily it wasn't that hard to catch as I just threw a single capture disc at it. And yeah, so here's the footage. It's pretty epic. So I caught it, and it's I name it Godsend because we need a new team member. But then I noticed it's on level 11, so sheesh. Anyway, after beating all the trainers in Igneous Hollow that were being corrupted by some rock, I guess? I don't even know. But then the Battlestar shows up, and he says some random crap, and now they want me to, like, go to the pagoda. I can't say that, but whatever. They want me to go to their pagoda and beat Ikazune or something, and my dad wants me to go there because of the rock. It's really stupid, but we have to. And yeah, so yeah, this dialogue is pretty, like, I don't really care about it. As you can see, I'm like speeding through. And yeah, so the guy basically says, like, there's Ikazune on the top floor, and then there's rock, and Ikazune is corrupted or something. And yeah, so now they want me to go to the pagoda. After crapping on all the trainers, the corrupt monks, I have to fight a corrupt Ikazune, and this is the most epic battle you'll ever see, because this took so long, and it was like so intense. So anyway, I go for a submerge, and it goes for Singe first, which doesn't do much, but this is gonna be epic. It's gonna take so long. Anyway, I avoid the attack, I use submerge, and I kill it. Okay, yeah. After beating Ikazune in that epic battle, it's time to fight literally Drift from Fortnite, the next Battlestar. He leads off with Cradle, and I obviously lead off with Squirtle, or Squirthole. Anyway, I go for a water bomb, and I OHKO it. This is not a very interesting battle, as I have the type advantage, obviously. Yeah. Anyway, he sends in Whizpup next, and it's a fire spirit type, which still isn't that good compared to Squirtle. It gets off a Singe, which of course doesn't do that much, and I get off a water bomb, which OHKOs it. 2 down, 1 to go. Okay, next we have the stupidest Loomian out of all of them. It's literally a small volcano with a face on it. Whoever invented this is amazing. Just kidding. Anyway, it of course goes for dodge, because what ace wouldn't go for dodge? It dodges my water bomb. I try to go for another one, and I land it. So this water bomb ends up doing a bit over half, and it goes for spare, which I don't know why it would have. And I go for another water bomb. Of course it uses dodge, and now I do not have enough EC to use another water bomb, so I'm forced to wait this turn out. On this turn, this stupid thing goes for slash, which doesn't do much obviously, and I go for water bomb, and it uses dodge, and I miss and waste some more EC. I again go for water bomb, and I'm able to kill it. So yeah, that was pretty easy. This entire part of the game was pretty boring, so that's why I cut out most of it. And yeah, we're done. We beat Drift from Fortnite. And we got his medal, and I got a badge in Roblox. It wasn't really that important, and then he congratulates me from beating all the corrupt monks, and yeah. After clearing out Route 6 and part of Route 7, I get the drop of youth from this homeless man after doing a quest. So this is going to be very important later because I'm going to be using it on Squirtle, and since it's not fully evolved, and yeah. Anyway, after getting a few free power fruits, we use them to evolve Godsend into Ventician. So Ventician is going to be crucial since he's our first fully evolved Loomian, and he gets a super powerful move, Geyser, which is 70 base power, and it's like Scald, but a bit weaker, and it also has a chance to burn. So yeah, that's going to be really crucial. Anyway, it's time to fight Lucas. Lucas leads off with Kabunga, and I lead off with Ventician. So, I go for a Sleet Shot, which is super effective, and the Kabunga uses Bushwhack. And let's be real, this is inevitable, it flinched. Anyway, I switch into Squirtle, because Squirtle has the drop of youth, so that means he'll be, his defenses will be doubled. It goes for Life Drain, and it does a pretty decent amount of damage, almost a third. And I go for Mind's Eye. The Kabunga stupidly goes for Dodge, and I get a free Mind's Eye boost. Now it's time to go for a Mind's Eye boosted Sleet Shot, and the Kabunga waits it out. I go for Sleet Shot, and let's see. It hits it, because of course it did. We're good now. I'm happy, and yeah. And they get XP. Anyway, he goes for Burroach, and I decided to switch out to Ventician, give him some more XP. So Ventician comes out, and Burroach comes out on Lucas's side, but it's not really a threat, and I go for a super effective Geyser, but not before I go for Headbutt. Anyway, Lucas is now about to send out El Iguana, and El Iguana is a big threat. Anyway, we go for a Geyser, but it goes for Dodge, which means it obviously dodges. Anyway, we go for a Geyser again, and it goes for Shine, which does a bit. We go for a Geyser, and it does about, I don't know, a bit over half. So making it a 3-hit. We go for Geyser again, and it goes for another Shine. And yeah, the Geyser barely does a kill, but it gets a clutch burn. Anyway, we decide to play it smart here and go for Squirtle. And knowing that the El Iguana will die on the next turn, we hope it just doesn't go to an electric move. It goes for Shine, and then it dies from the burn. That is Lucas defeated. Anyway, it's now time to battle Lucy. She sends out her fan cub, and we go with Ventician. Now, we don't get any healing, so I have to go for a small med. The small med takes us up to about 57, and the fan cub uses Punch, which only does 7 damage. Anyway, we go for a geyser, and the geyser gets it to a bit under half when it goes for stare and drops our melee defense. We go for another geyser and we kill it. That's one down. She sends out her Wimpor, which I believe is a metal air type, so we send out Squirtle. Now we decide to go for a Submerge, and we go under and dodge a Gust. Squirtle then goes for Submerge, and it gets the Wimpor to barely any health. We decide to go for a Sleet Shot, and we outspeed and we kill it. Easy. Her final Loom is Ragoon, so we decide to go back to Ventisea. We go for a Geyser, and the Goon goes for Pilfer. It leaves us with 38 health. We go for Geyser, and we get a Burn Off. This is super clutch, since Ragoon is a physical attacker, and if you didn't know, Burn reduces your physical attack. At least I think that. Pilfer, of course, does way less damage, and we go for a Geyser and take it out, beating Lucy for like the 8th time. Now it's time for the third and, for now, final battle star, Faust. Now, in her dialogue, she says that she doesn't think that we could beat her, or that we could have made it to her, which is really weird. But this is going to be really easy because water resists metal, if you didn't know. So, yeah. It's not like she's gonna be a threat. Anyway, she leads off with Munch Wheel, and it hits us with a double whack, which isn't super effective, or isn't very effective. We go for Geyser, and we don't do much, but we were able to burn, which is super clutch. Anyway, this thing has rev up, so it's always gonna be faster than us, especially when it gets to stack on some more of the speed boost. It goes for Chomp, and we go for Geyser. So this thing's moveset is already really weak, and the burn doesn't help since its moveset is entirely physical moves. Anyway, we go for a Geyser again, and it goes for Bash. Our Geyser leaves it with barely any HP, like a sliver. So we expect to take it out next turn, but we decide to wait, because it really can't do much, and its burn is eventually gonna kill it. So, yeah. Anyway, on the next turn, the burn finally kills it, and now it's time for Concreton. Now, Concreton isn't hard at all. It's a metal ground type, which means we get the type advantage. We go for a Geyser, and it goes for Quicksand, which does actually a decent amount for Quicksand. Our Geyser takes it to a bit under half, but the Quicksand hurts us. We go for Geyser again, and it goes for Scapegoat, which takes away its HP but puts in like a decoy basically. We take out the Scapegoat, but now we're super low from the Sandstorm. And of course, we're trapped by the Sandstorm. Well, by the Sandstorm. Or Quicksand. Anyway, we go for a Water Bomb, and it goes for Headbutt, and we barely survive, and we use the Water Bomb and kill it. Oh god, that was actually really close. Now it's time for her final move, Stratosaur. We send out Squirtle since Godsend is no way, it has no chance of beating Stratosaur. Now we're a bit underleveled, but we decide to go for a Mind's Eye, and it starts off with Gust, which does a bit, but not that much. Anyway, we get the ranged attack boost, and we decide to go for Water Bomb. It uses Body Slam, which doesn't do much since it's a special attacker, and our Water Bomb, even with the boost, doesn't do that much. So we decide to go for Submerge. It uses Metal Shriek, which lowers both of our defense stats, and we go for Submerge. While Submerged, we dodge a Cyclone Slam, which wouldn't have done that much anyway. And we go for another Submerge. We go for Submerge, which takes to half, and it has its Frail Armor, which lowers its defense and boosts its speed, which it's already faster than us, so who cares? Anyway, we dodge a Gust, and it has no EC left, and our Submerge takes it out because it gets a crit. That's our third Battlestar down. Easy. Anyway, after going into Blue Corp, it's now time to fight Dr. Purple Fanta and his corrupt Protagon, which is literally Mewtwo from Pokemon. Anyway, it goes for Ancient Instinct, which double boosts his attack, and we go for Geyser. Geyser doesn't do much at all, but we got Clutch Burn, because Godsend is literally amazing. Anyway, it goes for Power Siphon, which is super effective but doesn't do much. But now it can drain our energy. Anyway, we go for another Geyser and take it down to about half. Anyway, it goes for another Ancient Instinct for some reason, and we go for another Geyser, this time taking it down to red HP. Anyway, it goes for Ancient Instinct for some reason again, and we go for Water Bomb to finish the battle off. That was actually pretty easy. Now we're on Route 8, where Mabel finds Starla after some random guy comes over here and gives it to her. So, yeah, I forgot about this, but she tries to name it Jake at first. It's pretty funny. But yeah. So guys, now that we're done that little chat with everyone, the game is now technically over. I will be catching the Route 8 encounters off screen because I don't really think we have time to do that. The video's already long enough. And yeah, so now we just have to wait for Atlantean City. So guys, that's it. That was my Loomian Legacy water type Nuzlocke. It sucks how the game's over so fast, and despite all the hateful things I may have said about the game in the video, I really love this game and I enjoy it a lot. So yeah guys, this is it for now. We just gotta wait till Atlantean City now. But yeah guys, thank you for watching, and I'd like to give a quick thanks to Jude Manflame for again coming on and just being here. You could check out the full unedited version on his channel, link in the description. But yeah guys, I'll see you next time. Peace out.